Oh, Black Betty.
Ram-a-lam.
You're listening to another Woodshop podcast, the okayest podcast of its type. Your hosts are Daniel Dunlap of Daniel Dunlap Woodworks, Peter Kapar of Petrie's Workshop, and Braden Boakes of Littlebug Woodworking. You can find them as well as the podcast on your favorite social media channels.
Welcome to episode 216 of another Woodshop podcast, where I'm running at 50% brain capacity due to a lack of sleep, being under-caffeinated, and I probably have baby poo on me somewhere. Dan is coming off a sabbatical that was enforced by his Dr. WebMD after he threw his back out trying to win a twerking contest against a scarecrow at the Nebraska State Fair. And Braden is celebrating Canada's finest holiday 4 months ahead of schedule, Boxing Day. What's going on, boys?
I don't like how accurate that was.
Dan still plays second. Oh, what's up, guys? It's been a while.
Buddy.
It feels like both 2 days in a month.
It's been exactly the same number of days as every single week, but somehow less and more.
You know, the other thing that's also less and more in our weeks every week.
Our patrons?
There we go.
Let's talk about our newest patron real fast. If you guys want to, if you're up for it.
Yeah.
Really good stuff.
A little shout out to a gentleman named Cliff Layton.
Ooh, nice.
Thank you, Cliff. Thank you for joining the Man Army. We appreciate you.
Good solid
And
maker name.
A good geological formation themed name. I love it, Cliff. What? I like the name.
Geode? What? Speaking
Geodude.
Speaking of the Man Army, let's talk about the generals in the Man Army, shall we? Those are our VIP patrons. We got Mike from Woodwork and Weld, Jake Miller from a sweet shop, Nebraskans for Corn Hub. That's obviously Alex Adams at Type A Furniture, John Herbolsheimer from Living Laugh Woodworks, Luke Bosworth from LJB Makes, Jared LaPuma at LL Builds, Tyler Booth from Temecula Yard Games, Henry Lutens from Manfreda Wood, Scotty Holland from Elevated Wood Design, Charlie Coons at Stubby K Studio, Matthew Abelman from Abelman Custom Studio. I think he went with an actual name.
I saw what somebody did there.
Okay. Justin Frazier from Frazier Canyon Woodworks, Sarah from Rosie's Woodshop, Jesse McIntyre from Sage Hill Woodcraft, Michael at Gillette Woodworks, Medium Bug Woodworking. That's Maker's Way.
Show off.
I think that's Jeff. Victor at Whim Designs, Camper Camp at Nick Brim Woodworking.
I mean, he's fast.
The one true code phrase.
No. Congrats, Pete and Emma. Welcome to the world, Juniper. I think I read that last week from Redesign Co.
Thank you, guys.
Old news.
I think we should go and see how long they could keep that. Matt Maynard at Patriotic Pines, Bill Burkle from WTB Woodworking, Jay Coneen at Dobby's Craft House. Oh God, hold on. I need a drink for this one. Hold on.
Craft House.
All right, here we go. Quentin Bailey's famous Irish cream. Your pants won't ever be the same. If it isn't creamy, it isn't Bailey's. That is
Hey-o.
Patrick Ginsel.
How did Patreon even allow that many characters?
Yeah, that's a lot of characters. That's more
You
than
can
the
have longer
original
names
Twitter.
than Twitter used to allow, like you post text.
Next week
Ed
he's just gonna,
Mancini.
next week
Go
he's
ahead.
gonna have just like a straight up video clip for his name.
The full script from the
I
movie
don't think they
Shrek.
allow that yet. Ed Mancini from Mancini Woodworking, Chris at Chris Will Make, Scott Shirk from Red Leg Custom Woodworks, Max and Mindy Coons from Stubby K Studio Beast, Justin Bailey, the famous Irish cream Bailey from Campfire Woodworks, and Kyle from Four Nances Design Co.
Wah wah wee wah. That's
Whoop, whoop.
awesome. Woo! That's a good crowd. Good crowd.
Wow,
Nice.
I feel like that list just gets longer and longer and longer, and we appreciate it
That's a lot of
If I-
delegates.
so much.
If I walked into a bar with all those people, I'd do karaoke.
You would do karaoke if there's nobody in the bar.
That is true, but I'd feel safe doing it.
It feels safe. Yeah, because you'd have a bunch of, dudes that served in the army that is the AWP.
That's right.
Yeah, the strength in numbers. Also,
Hey, if you
then we can do an
wanna
acapella
join-
group.
If you want to join the Matt Army, you can go over to patreon.com/another woodshop podcast and get signed up over there. We even have a free tier. And fun fact, I'll even say your name at least once if you sign up for the free tier.
Whoa,
Ooh.
whoa!
Ooh.
At least once.
Act now
He'll say it with some bass in that voice.
with some gusto.
Mm.
Maybe lock the
Gusto.
door and turn the lights down low. That's
Mhm.
my bass voice.
I'm feeling things.
Dan's ready for some toe curling. Have you never heard it called that?
Nope.
Not until
That's news
today.
to me.
It's when
And
you
not-
pray because you have to curl your toes because you're on your knees praying to Lord Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Anyways,
Speaking of on your knees,
speaking of, I don't know, but we have a sponsor this week that was going to be next week's sponsor, but we did some calculations. Maker Camp is moved up because next week we want to give away the actual tickets. So we're giving away 2 tickets to Maker Camp. It's the Silver Pass. It gets you in for the entire weekend, hands on. Ooh, for all the activities. And Dan, it's in the small fine print.
hand.
Well, you can put them onto the things that are there, as long as it's with permission. And it also comes with a camping spot, so a tent spot if you want, or you can pull your RV or U-Haul, whatever. So whatever you want to bring there, you are able to get that with the Silver Pass. And the reason we are doing it a week early is because September 1st, the prices are going up. So make sure to tune into next week's episode to find out if you won. We're going to be announcing that probably in the pre-show, right? Because we want to get that out.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're going to be announcing it in the pre-show, and we'll reach out to you. So that way, if you did not win, if you want to confirm, you can just always message us or just join a pre-show. And if you didn't win, you want to buy that ticket before September 1st because then the price goes up. Dan?
Correction. We are only going to reach out to you if you won the ticket.
If
I'm
you
not going
won.
to reach out to everybody that
Every single person.
I'm
Hey,
not.
good talking
Nope.
to you.
Yeah.
You did not win.
If you don't
Yeah.
hear from us by Friday afternoon,
I
just buy
got
the
bad news
ticket.
for you, Bubba.
Yeah.
Now, just to clarify, how much are the tickets for the person that wins our tickets?
They're $0 times 2, which is also 0.
Free?
Yeah, take that, math camp.
Well,
You can do
one
math.
person isn't going to win 2 tickets.
No. It's going to be 2 people winning 1 ticket each. And
There we
that's a $290 value right now.
Ooh.
And on September 1st, the ticket is going to go up to $347. That's including taxes and fees. So you're saving yourself like $60. That's a lot of dollars. That's a lot of buckets of rum and Coke or water.
True facts.
True facts.
And on top of that, the entire trip is tax deductible,
It
technically.
is. I mean, if you're a maker and you have a maker business, then absolutely you can write this whole thing off. But, is enough about the giveaway. So again, we're going to be doing a secret code phrase. Not enough about the giveaway, I guess. We're going to be doing a secret code phrase at some point during this episode. So make sure to stay tuned. If you have not entered previous episodes, the episodes that came out on May 26th, June 23rd, July 21st, and August 4th, those are the episodes that were sponsored by Maker Camp, which means we dropped a super secret code phrase in the pre-show and the podcast. So you have up to an additional 8 chances to win beyond today. Yeah, pretty exciting. I don't know about you guys, but I'm sweating.
Pete, if folks don't want to worry about if they won or if they lost a ticket, how can they get tickets?
Well, wah, let me tell you what. Hold on to your bald cap. So you're gonna go to the Maker Camp website, and it's called the Catskills Makers Camp. Or I'm sorry, Catskills Mountains Makers Camp.com, or just search Maker Camp. You'll be
That
able to
link
find
will
it.
be in the show notes.
It's all in the show notes. You can buy the tickets right from there. And again, it's $290 for the silver pass. Even if you can just come for the one day, highly recommend. There is the hands-on, that's $99.95, and then there is the spectator pass. So you still get to go and hang out with everyone, but you don't necessarily want to do any of the projects. You just want to give everyone a hug and say hi and see all the cool stuff that's going to be there and say hello to us.
No,
we appreciate it.
you
What?
can't give hugs if you buy the hands-off
It is,
ticket.
you know, right? Yeah, you get a
True.
wave.
You get
you
a
get a-
COVID hug.
You get a wave. Yeah.
Do you remember all those years ago when we went for the first time on a whim? We just happened to be out at your
Whim
place. And we're like,
Designs?
oh my gosh, the Maker Camp is this weekend. So we decided to drive up to the Maker Camp, and we did the 1 day thing. And we're like, oh my God, we're coming back next year. It's going to be the
Yeah,
whole
we
weekend.
did 1 day. And we did do hands-on though. We did the hands-on, did the 1 day, but we're like, we need to be the whole weekend. Then next time we did like just the event, and we're like, all right, we need to stay longer. You know, we did, like every year it was like an
it's
added
become
day.
like an 8-day trip.
Actually, I think we only did Friday. Oh, we did like Thursday into Friday, Friday into Saturday, and Saturday we left. But like,
Right.
Sunday
We
was
went there
fire.
for closing ceremonies or
Cool.
whatever.
Everyone got COVID that first year. So there's that too. That was a different time, but different times. But guys, this is a great event. And I know we're kind of rambling here, but this is an awesome maker event. It's honestly one of our favorite events, if not our favorite event that we go to every year. These guys fly out from Nebraska, all the Elma Bros, including the Brimster himself.
The Brimster.
The Brimster. They're all flying into LaGuardia because they hate me, and I'm going to pick them up. And we're going to be driving up. Going to be there from Friday morning up until Sunday, and we just can't wait. It's so much fun. So many cool events. They added some vendors. There's going to be some new classes taught. Definitely check out their website. And I think there's still some accommodations, some offsite cabins, and possibly the yurts still available, as well as, of course, Airbnbs and
I think yurts
campsites.
are still available. Basically, a yurt is a fancy like canvas tent.
It's a
fancy
tent, but instead of a synthetic like nylon, they use like a heavy canvas.
It's a
think
Timu
that's-
house.
That's technically what a
It's
yurt
a
is.
It's a Timu house. That's what it is.
That's
So-
it. Catskill Mountain Makers Camp.com.
Or
It'll
just
be in the
check
show
the
notes.
show notes. Exactly.
Camperscamp.com.
And
No.
stay tuned for the code phrase. Well, I think we should jump into maker news because we have a big one this week.
Good news, everyone.
Braden, do you want to kick off our maker news?
I thought we didn't have Maker News.
We have a
I'm-
huge maker news. Are you kidding me? Dude. Ready? Braden?
Oh,
I
God.
Do you not
Think-
remember?
I don't remember.
Dan
Oh,
hit
wait, yeah, that's right.
7,000
Yeah,
sales
Dan
on
hit
Etsy.
7,000
Woo! Yeah! Woo!
Dan.
Dan. Speech.
I wouldn't be here without me. I want to thank me.
Snoop Dan.
Oh, Snoop Dan. Snoop D of Double Dan.
I want to thank everybody who ordered stuff for me, and especially thanks to the people that are still waiting for orders.
7,000 predominantly
there.
physical orders.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Mostly physical orders. There's a small chunk of
90% or more physical orders.
that is impressive.
I have very few.
That is impressive.
digital
Man.
downloads.
Dan is single-handedly keeping the United States Postal Service in action.
At least the Bellevue.
At least the Bellevue, area. He's definitely keeping his local tire shop pretty busy every year. I bet you they never get tired of seeing you.
Ah.
Oh.
Wow, thanks, gentlemen. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's what you had up your
make it
sleeve.
news.
For a very brief second, I wasn't sure what that was either.
We
I can't believe
literally-
I forgot in the 60 seconds it took us to get to that.
We
part.
literally just talked about when Dan was like, "Hey, I got to step out. I have explosive diarrhea." We were like, "Hey, let's talk about this thing for Dan."
We weren't going to
Yeah.
bring that up. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come
It
on.
wasn't explosive, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was
just
regular.
It was just
I'm
regular
kidding.
classic.
We have
Diet.
a sponsor this.
I'm kidding. He just went to get a beverage. That's all it was.
They do have
An
working
explosive
restrooms at camper camp.
They do have nice bathrooms at Maker
I
Camp.
was feeling really good about the 7,000 sales thing, and I posted it on IG, and then here comes Ben Myers
Yeah, he trolled you so hard.
trouncing in there. He's
you
like,
know what?
"Oh, that's
I'll-
cute. That's cute." Little Dan pats me on the head. And he's like, "I got 27,000." I'm like,
But you know what?
"Oh."
Most of his stuff is probably it is digital.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know
Two
what?
pages of digital products.
Listen, both big achievements, but Dan's
Big.
was more hands-on, like our ticket
Oh.
for Maker Camp. Yeah.
It
Girthy.
all comes back
it's a,
to that.
gu-
I
It's
like
a
it.
girthy
Yeah.
achievement.
Dan is the silver pass of Etsy. Terrible transition. Well, I guess that's it for Maker News, right? Nothing.
That's all we
yeah,
had.
gosh, that's it.
I do also want to congratulate Makers Handmade. So Pat and Carlina down in Hamilton, New Jersey. They've had their shop open for a year now.
Pat and Carlina, where do we know them from?
From Pine Barren Maker Fest.
I'm trying to help out you
Friendship?
with the audience and
Oh, okay.
without names. And
We're
stuff.
yes ending. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Pat from
You're looking
Pine
at me
Barren
like,
Palette
how the
Works
hell do you
and
not know who this
Carlina
is?
from Sawdust Gypsy, those two accounts, and also known for Pine Barren Maker Fest, a big maker festival that they throw every single year. And this year, I don't know if you guys heard, you might want to fly out for this one, honestly. They are adding, get this,
I can only go
hold
to
on to
Jersey
your
once
underwear,
a year.
beer.
On second thought,
It's a real festival now. So,
Dan's
if I could drink beer on Pat and Carlina's dime, I'll do it.
well, I mean, you have to, there's going to be vendors there that you can buy beer.
I mean, they could pay me for my presence in beer.
Not how
I mean,
sponsorships work.
it could. It could.
Hit us up, Bud Light, or Chelada, rum chata, whatever, Modelo. Actually, rum chata says
Bush. We're really not picky.
Lattes.
We
We're not
can be
picky.
purchased.
Is it liquid? Is it fizzy? Will it maybe get me a buzz? Let's go.
I'm in.
But I do want to give them a shout out. 1 year in their space, and they're going strong, and they still got the big shop, and they keep cranking
Yeah.
out awesome things. Very proud of them, and I can't wait to see this year's Maker Pine Barren Maker Festival. And we are going to try to make it again this year. See
They
if we can
usually
swing
do
it.
that in October, right?
September.
I knew that.
Yeah,
It's like when September ends.
They change it every year because it's
I
always on the
can't-
weekend, so the date changes.
That's too close. I can't
know.
do. Yeah.
Dan, we are flying out and staying at Pete's for 1 whole month.
1 month.
Our wives
My-
will be upset, but we'll be in Jersey, so we don't have to deal with the
My
consequences. of our
vaccinations
actions.
only last about 3 weeks. The ones that I get before I come to Jersey. So like I
The
can't.
ringworm one that you get from the
Yeah.
vet.
For the water.
More vaccination.
Last year, my liver could barely handle September into October because we went to Delaware for the 3D printing festival, and I got, for the first time in years, I got
I'm in
trashed.
Delaware.
And
Delaware.
Dilla who?
Sorry,
And
Wayne's World.
Then it
reference,
was
so-
the Pine Barren
okay.
Maker Fest, and actually it was the same weekend. I went there hungover, and I had something else at the weekend. Oh, it was
The
Emma's vendor
Total Boat
event the
thing.
weekend after that.
No.
Total
Okay.
Boat was in August, but then we had Maker Camp after. It was like a weekend after weekend of drinking, and it's out of my hands. I had to drink. It's just one of those events.
to.
So
Ooh.
Un-American not to. The problem was you kept trying to use the hair of the dog, but then you had all of the dog's hair.
all the dog
And
hair.
it was
Speaking of
it was a
all of the dog's
sheepdog.
hair, I
Patrons?
actually have a little bit of maker news. I don't know if we brought this up last week, but I'm going to bring it up again.
I can't.
all
wait
of the
to see where this
dogs,
goes.
Oliver. Did you see that Oliver's is
Planer.
yeah, did we talk about that last week?
Did we talk about it last week? I don't know.
I
The
believe we did.
15-inch bench top planer with the helical head that's 220 volt. Did we talk about that last week?
Oh, you know what? We didn't. We talked about it in our chat. But we didn't talk about it on the Maker News. So please,
Oh,
by all
okay.
means, go ahead. Say words.
Well, that's basically it. Oliver is going to be offering a 15-inch bench top planer that is helical head and 220 volt. I saw that on Logan Newman's from Newman's Specials Woodwork at IWF.
Yep.
AWFS, IWF,
I
whatever that event was
WF.
that was just a couple weeks ago.
LMNOP.
Yeah.
And for anyone that
So
doesn't know,
that's awesome. Actually,
Oliver's a tool brand that not a lot of people might know, but apparently they make decent stuff. And 15-inch planer, like that's pretty cool.
with a helical head.
And it's basically this. It looks like slightly bigger. Obviously, it's slightly wider than the 735. That's kind of the only
It's
choice.
2 inches wider.
Yeah, but that's
According to
been the
math.
only choice you've had for so long. You either have a little lunchbox, you have the 735, or you have something that's 3 times the cost and runs on 220,
Yeah.
and it might
Yeah.
not have a helical head in it. So I'm really excited to see what this thing is going to look like when it drops.
Or you get the Delta one if you have Menards.
Bad.
Big,
Do not.
big money with my nards.
I had kickback with that Delta. I had serious kickback
You
with that
had
Delta.
kickback with your drum sander using it
Let's
as a
gotta go
planer.
with-
That's because you keep
gotta- we
trying to
ain't gotta go.
Hemi
There's a
swap
whole-
every single one of your tools.
Yeah, there's a hole in the garage door because of the
I'm a
piece of wood
Chevy
you
big block kind of guy. Stop it with the Hemi.
Yeah, definitely a big block.
No, I had pretty bad. I don't know if I have the same Delta planer that Braden has, or if I had. I got rid of that sucker. But yeah, that thing kicked back and left a hole in the wall and a bruise on my rib cage.
A lot of people actually
Did not
prefer
like.
holes in the wall.
Going windows and doors.
I was going with like bars and restaurants.
Oh,
Oh,
alright.
You know,
Oh.
like a little local secret type of place.
Oh, a hole in the
Oh, a
wall.
hole in
I
the
thought
wall,
you
I
meant
get
they,
it. Okay.
they like
Like a-
drunken people punching holes in the wall. I was very
No,
confused.
just a hole in the wall.
like a dive
got
bar.
it.
Like a
I get
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Like
They only play the
ethnic
dive bar
sandwiches.
That was a joke when we got there eventually. Good job.
It's best
Hold on.
if you explain it.
Well, that was difficult to live through.
Yeah, it was.
Difficult to listen to.
We just lost 7 patrons. Thank you.
Oh,
All right. Well, I think that's it for the maker news.
we had 3 times as much maker news as we planned on, so I'm proud of
We
us. Go
literally were
us.
like, we got no maker news. Wait, we have words.
There's
Okay.
more.
I guess we should get into.
Trouble.
What's on my bench?
Yeah, let's do that one. Why not? Oh, Dan, what did you say? Did you have a different idea?
No.
No?
I didn't
Okay.
say anything. I didn't say no words.
Okay,
Mm,
fine.
well-
Be that way. Well, Dan, what's on your bench, buddy?
Oh, this is going to be super easy and fast. Are
Why
ready?
were you on a sabbatical?
I hurt my back. And as a matter of fact, I hurt my back before we recorded last week.
And I just
And I was in
found
a lot of
out
pain.
yesterday or today.
I could have swore I told you guys.
No, you didn't. You don't tell us about anything. Maybe if you
No.
let us in.
What do you see? I would let you in, but the honest truth of the matter is, like, what are you going to be able to do for me other than like moral support?
Empathy.
I'm close enough I could rub your back, Dan.
You could. I would just give you
This
empathy.
is true, actually. This is true.
Well, I'm sorry, Dan.
Shut up, Pete.
Here,
Shut up, Pete.
let
I
me
want to hear
send you
more
some
about the
memes.
rubbing of the back.
Oh, I was gonna send you memes to make you feel better.
So, yeah, I've been dealing with back issues since I was in my mid 20s, and if you know anything about how old I am, you know that that's a long time.
It's
So
kinda what-
occasionally, every now and then, I get back issues that kind of flare up, and they kind of flare up and they go away, and it's just something I've dealt with. And this time, I had a flare up, and like it put me on my ass for like 10 days, and it sucked. It sucked bad. And I was getting like super depressed and I was not in a good mental state. And I was able to actually finally get out into my shop yesterday. We're recording on Thursday, so Wednesday. And I feel good. I feel good.
Good.
Mentally. I'm still a little sore physically, but mentally I'm doing a whole lot better, which is great. It's fantastic. If you're an avid listener of the podcast, you might be able to tell that I wasn't really like kind of into it last week. I don't know. It hurts sitting in this chair, but I'm doing it. So that's where I'm at. I got a lot to do via Etsy. I just went through my Etsy orders. I got 11 tables in my queue, and that's just tables. That doesn't count all the inserts and bow ties. So I have a lot to do in the next.
Where in the hell
weeks.
is your helper?
He quit showing up. Just
Yeah, that's
and I imagine he
awful.
went back to school first of all. So
It's-
I don't want to throw him under the bus.
whatever.
Well, it'd be super easy to throw
Education
him
is
under a
important.
bus.
Education is important, so I understand.
So is communication.
yeah.
Communication would have been nice, but you know what? He's a busy kid. So it's
Dan,
fine.
quit making excuses.
He's busy going down to Daytona Beach trying to go see some girlies and things.
He wasn't.
Okay, whatever
I
kids
do
do in
I do
Nebraska.
need help. I do need help. If you're
Yes, you do.
local and you want a little part-time gig where you're making, well, I'm not going to say what I'm going to pay anybody, but if you're interested in some sort of part-time work that pays cash,
I'm like, I keep thinking, Dan,
send me an email.
Is there any kind of like group or what's the word, like a guild that like is local to you that maybe you can like tap in as a resource of other
I don't want
like-minded
to talk about that
woodworkers?
because I just like went off on that guy. So that's a bad reference.
Yeah, if
I
you're
don't
in
like
the area, Alex from Type A Furniture.
He's like 2 hours away.
Well,
That would be a hell of a commute.
why are you testing his commitment before he even commits?
I
Maybe-
still
Yeah.
love the fact that Dan is looking for strange on the internet, but Nick and I have been offering just to help him out of the goodness of our hearts.
You're too close to the problem.
For
No, Braden and Nick, you guys have actual jobs that take your time. I need somebody that can be in my shop
Because
and
also
work with
when
me in my shop.
when you guys want to work and help, like,
I am
hey,
not-
Dan, I'll come over
I'm
after
not-
work or on a weekend.
I don't feel
He doesn't want
I
to
don't
work.
feel comfortable giving away my files, even though I've given you like all of my
I have
files.
every single file you have ever made here on this desk
I'm not. I don't
somewhere.
feel comfortable handing all that off and just saying, "Please do good." I would rather like have everything happen in my shop so that I can like have some sort of control over the quality and everything. I know that's.
Dan
I'm not
needs,
saying that I don't trust you, Braden, but I don't.
Dan
feel
needs a
comfortable.
rando high schooler at his house, and he needs a good therapist at this point. He's got some control issues.
BetterHelp.com, brought to you by AWP.
Use code AWP and get
No, don't.
100% of your discount refunded and full price for your session.
Anyway, that's what's on my bench. Not a whole lot, but a lot.
Well, Dan, I think it's important to remember, and honestly, I think this is a really good time to bring this up for anybody that's listening, that's younger, that hasn't gone through life as much, that when you go looking for that easy money and you start stripping, there are long-term consequences to that. You know, it is hard on the body to be that vertical and
True.
spinning and all of that. So, I mean, just keep
Can
that in
concur.
mind. Dan is unfortunately dealing with the consequences of his Magic Mike years. You know, hot and heavy as
I thought
they
you guys
were.
were talking about like old furniture restoration. You have to like do a lot of stripper and orange, whatever.
Mm.
Oh,
No?
no.
Yeah.
No.
Different
I'm
stripping,
talking about
okay.
six pack Dan.
No, but like you
12-pack.
said orange. When I was back in my stripper days, I would pour orange juice on my body as I slid down the pole. So I see where you're getting at.
Did you wear gloves that don't fit? That was such a delayed response from both of you guys.
That's where Dan's nickname of bacon and eggs came from. It's his old stage name. Now on the center stage, bacon and eggs. Check out this double D.
He won't go medium easy on you.
And
Oh my
people-
God.
People were so confused.
Thank you to our sponsor,
So
Maker Camp.
Yeah, speaking of the sponsor, send bacon and eggs to us at an email at awpgiveaway@gmail.com and you can get entered for a chance to win.
There we go. Bacon and eggs.
There we go. Got that out of the way really fast.
Next up on stage, bacon and eggs.
Free continental
Braden?
breakfast.
Braden, what the hell have you been doing this last week?
I am deep into box territory, so well, let's rewind. Sunday, while you were crippled and invalid, Nicholas Brim and I spent some time at a car show. He came out and helped me hawk my wares to some car show viewers, which was a lot of fun. And the whole reason the car show even existed was it was a charity event put on by the Hope Foundation, which is a new nonprofit meant to drive awareness and education towards cancer and cancer assistance, cancer and that circle. So we did that. All of the proceeds that we made there went to the foundation, to the nonprofit. So it was a good time. Sold a bunch of stuff. I actually found I've been making these like street signs and putting like puns for different car manufacturers on there, and I sold every single Jeep one. And
We the
to be
Jeep.
fair, I'm part of the local Jeep club. Like I know
You're
how
part
to
of the
pander.
problem.
I know how to pander to my people. So I was very Jeep heavy on products. I sold every single Jeep product I had before the show even started. So good problem, but I did have to tell all of them, hey, you can't take this. You have to leave it here, and I'll put a sold thing so I can sell orders. And then somebody actually walked off with somebody's paid order. Like they paid for one, and instead of me shipping that one to them, they walked off with this guy's order, so I've got to ship one to him. But did pretty well. It was a lot of fun. Nick and I got to hang out, which is always a great time.
Oh,
Chase,
thanks for the invite.
Danless.
you were invited several times, and you said, "Sorry, guys, I'm not coming."
Well, I think
I
we know
have
why I wasn't there.
receipts.
I know.
Receipts.
But so we did that Sunday, and then other than that, I have been up to here with these boxes that I'm laser
Audio
engraving.
podcast. He put
That's
his hand at his chin.
Very high. I'm up to a very high point.
He seductively
Um,
places his hand on his clavicle.
Whoa.
My
Yeah.
coccyx.
His
No, that's not what your coccyx says.
I am not going to learn where a coccyx is now.
I
But
can tell
anyway,
you.
so I've been doing a lot of the corporate branding stuff that I've been doing.
Lower.
It's I'm not going to say it's fun, but once you get into like a flow of a production job, it's immensely satisfying because I can hit the point where I load a bunch of boxes, start the burn, take the other boxes that just came off, clean them up, spray them with a poly, box them up, and by the time that's all done, the burn is finishing up. And so just like this nice little rhythm. So I actually have 37 cases of boxes done already, and I told them I
Good
would be
Lord.
done end of next week, and I started 2 days ago. So that's going pretty well. They also asked about some other products that I could maybe sell, just kind of getting some ideas for maybe like corporate gifts or conferences, things that they do. So it kind of got me thinking about bringing some new product lines into what I offer for like the corporate branding side of my business. So I've been thinking about that. And then I had somebody reach out today and ask if I could do a quote on a bathroom vanity, which I've never done. So I've got to figure out how to make something bathroom vanity-ish, which, I mean, it's like a kitchen
easy.
island, but for the bathroom, right? So it should be fine.
Yes, except it's not going to be in the middle of the room, right?
I
Right.
mean,
Right.
maybe
A no slot
Maybe
for the
it could.
dishwasher.
I feel like a dishwasher in a bathroom could be handy.
Let the toilet sit in there.
Yeah, just
After
keep
talking
it
And your
all
about run.
toothbrushes.
Keep it all squeaky
Toilet
clean.
seat,
Get your
toothbrushes.
toothbrushes in
Yeah.
the
All at the same time.
utensils.
Hang
Just
on,
keep everything
let him
squeaky
cook.
clean.
Let him cook.
We'll
There's
get there.
something here.
There's something here. I don't know what it is, but there's something.
Honestly,
Um,
washing machine in a bathroom should be standard.
That makes sense.
Master bath, washing machine.
Our primary bath has the washer and dryer in the closet that's attached to it, and it's perfect. It's one
Wow.
of my favorite things about the house, and I don't even do the laundry.
Wow.
I didn't realize he's
Wow.
in a different tax bracket, Dan.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
flexing over here.
You don't even have to use a single staircase to do your laundry.
Technically, I have to go up a staircase to even get to my laundry.
Oh, king of the castle, king of the castle.
That's right. And you guys would do best to remember that when you speak to me.
Who are you again?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Braden with Little Bug. I'm the newest host of Another Woodshop podcast.
Don't make us bring Alex Adams in here.
You guys would never get a word in with dear sweet Alex as a host. But
He has
yeah,
been better
I'd be
with his
okay with
call-ins. Dan, take a nap.
that's what I've been working on. Peter,
I don't know what day it is.
Oh,
Honestly,
let me guess. You had a child.
I didn't. Emma
God,
did,
this
but I got
again?
Oh,
stuck.
that's
I got stuck taking care of her. It's been great and also a lot. I mean, you guys know you both have kids. Both of you had girls, so there's just a lot of logistics and things to juggle. As far as sleep wise, like I'm not super sleep deprived. I know my interest said that I'm super sleep deprived, but just mostly tired. Like it's broken up sleep, but we're still getting our regular amount of sleep, but maybe with a nap in the middle of the day or whatever.
Right.
She's
And now you know why I take so many naps.
Nah, your kids are like
I'm trying
self-sufficient.
to catch up. I'm trying to catch up.
one of your kids drives. I don't think it's that.
I'm still trying to catch up. You shut up.
But I got some advice from a lot of dads out there and moms out there that I asked one day, what were your guys's proper English, like maternity projects like you thought you can take on or do, especially the dads, like because the dads, let's be real, there's times when you are just useless. You're there to pass things and like change diapers and feed mom.
I just played a lot of GTA Vice City.
So some people have said, actually several people said, I took on 2 commissions because I thought I was gonna have free time. Worst decision ever, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the running gist of the whole thing is essentially don't do anything. Try to calm down because we're all the same. We're like, if we have free time, we have to relax efficiently, right? Maximize our or at least that's how I am. Like I have to relax efficiently and maximize the time that I'm relaxing to get something done while I'm relaxing. It's so stupid. But
Yes.
a lot of people basically said, forget all that. Just relax, hang out with her, hang out with mom, do whatever. Don't worry about to-do lists. And I've been trying to take that to heart. I've been trying to slow down a little bit because I have no chill. That being said, I did a bunch of landscaping today, running my chainsaw for a couple hours. But I finally have access to my lower property, which is super exciting because we had some trees go down and I took one down too that was dying out from the emerald ash borer. And go ahead.
Just to be clear, you were talking about like actual property. This isn't like a euphemism, right?
No, like we have a lower section of our property that's down like a big slope. And we had some trees go down. I cut a tree down and actually
He was
lost.
trimming the bush on the lower property.
and
If
a
you
Made
know
the property look huge.
I already trimmed that property, and that's how I got this kid. Okay. So
maybe let it grow out a little bit.
I gotta say, I know I talked about this a couple weeks ago, but having the right tool for the job makes all the difference. I was always very cautious. I would kind of white knuckle chainsaws because they just wouldn't cut smoothly. And having a chainsaw finally that has like the proper power, the new Stihl chainsaw that I have is amazing. It starts first try each time. It cuts like a badass. I have no issues with it. I love it. Just having a proper tool, so worth it. So worth it. But I've just been kind of trying to do, what else? So I actually made a list. See, I'm not even reading it. Baby. Oh, I cleaned up my lumber shed. I've been doing some little projects on that because that place was driving me insane.
Mr.
I got a lumber
Better Than
shed.
Dan. That's fine.
But I'm
Also a euphemism. Cleaned out his lumber
cleaned
shed.
out a lumber shed. So I did some wiring on all my solar because I have lights in there, but each one's like I have to press, and it got so messy in there I couldn't reach some of the lights. So I got fed up and put them all on like switches, and then I was like, why did I fix a problem that was caused by a different problem? So I pulled everything out one day and like really organized it, threw out a bunch of stuff, some old wood. I had some wood that got wet and got rotted, so I ended up throwing that in a fire. It was like
No,
pine
that's spalted.
spalted. It was actually all like pallet stuff too. Anyways, but just cleaned up the lumber shed, got organized, and I started pulling stuff out of there. And I was I'm doing some outdoor furniture, and I realized why I hate using scrap. Like I save all these scraps, but then anytime I have to make something substantial, and all these things are 12 by 12 seats, but to get that out of a bunch of offcuts of oak that are different lengths and thicknesses and everything,
Thick nigh.
thick nine. Instead of just getting 2 boards from the lumberyard and gluing it together and having a 12-inch board, a wide board, I had to glue like 8 to 10 pieces together just to get something over 12 inches. It's such a pain in the butt. But
think of all the money you saved.
Yeah,
Probably.
but yeah,
Not.
maybe, I don't know. But either way, I'm using up scraps. It's good. I'm cleaning up the space, and I still need to get more wood, anyways. But I'm making some outdoor furniture and starting out with some seats for these high tops that I have that I liberated from the side of the road outside of a coffee shop when they were upgrading. They had plywood seats on them that were peeling off. I'm like, these seats are
What the
perfect.
heck?
Except I don't even get me started.
Just like a plywood square.
Yeah, but they're like those nice like bar stools that you would have at like a kitchen island or something, or like a nice coffee shop. But it was just plywood seats with veneer on it. So they were outside. They got completely ruined, and I've been keeping them outside, so they got wrecked. So I'm doing white oak, gonna finish them with Total Boat, and then I'm doing a couple of Adirondack chairs with Jackman's plans. So that's the plan. I just got to pick up some more lumber, but that's about it. It's just been keeping Emma happy, baby happy, and trying to keep myself sane and relax efficiently. That's been basically my whole life right now.
Have you considered getting a tiny Total Boat t-shirt or apparel or gear so that you can put it on Juniper and be like, Total Boat, baby?
Get this. So first of all, huge shout out to the entire community, because I've been getting amazing advice, awesome help with stuff. Some people have literally sent us things, and we got a box today from Luke and Priscilla Smith from PL Smith, and we're good friends with them, and they're amazing. They've had I think 2 girls now, and they sent us a box of stuff, and one of them is a Total Boat onesie. So we legit have a Total Boat outfit for her that we're gonna be rocking and be like, Total Boat, baby, get it? Because baby,
Well, you got to bring that. You got to bring that to Maker Camp
if she still
if she can
fits
fit
in
into it.
Otherwise, we'll just do it like, and
Oh,
I'll
the
just
timing.
Otherwise,
like Total Boat,
I
baby.
bet- I bet we could squeeze Nick into it if Juniper won't fit. into
Actually,
it.
here's what I need to do. I get her in a onesie. I drive over to Keith's, and I have Keith just shout "Total Boat, baby," and I'll just like lift up her because it's a baby, the Total Boat.
Yeah, I get it.
And then
The
we
challenging
collaborate.
part,
Clever.
the challenging part though, is going to be you lift up a baby and not going so yeah, like Lion
There's-
King.
Wouldn't
there's
the
already-
challenging part be actually getting Keith to say that? Because isn't Keith AI? He's not a real person.
He's not
is he?
real. Yeah, he's not real. Keith is a Filipino man, a Filipino woman. No, that'd be hilarious to actually do it with Keith. And the Simba thing, if here's the thing, if I felt confident about the fact that my video wasn't going to get flagged for use of Disney's music, that reel would have already been made, because that was one of the first ideas we had. So
How original,
I know,
man!
Simba.
Just really
I'm
breaking
just
down
gonna
barriers.
I'm gonna take sawdust and wipe it across her forehead.
Wood honey.
And I gotta get like when there's like a flute version of like Jurassic Park, like that, but of this.
Oh, the kazoo. The kazoo.
Oh, kazoo.
The kazoo.
Just do that and just do some crappy memes. Like I'm also trying to, and this might sound silly, but this is actually a problem that we have to think about in this day and age if you have kids. Like, how much of your kid do you show in social media? Because there are some of these families that like their whole paycheck is now their kid. And like, I never want to get to that point. Like, it just seems.
I think. Yeah,
I do absolutely. My kid is she is sarcastic, so I think she needs to start
No,
carrying
she's sassy.
her
She's
weight
cool.
with some bills.
But like, I obviously like I know I'm not in any illusion here that like my kid is going to be seen online. I'm not going to be one of those
Right.
parents. No offense to those parents, but I'm going to say it. It's weird when you put emojis over your kids' faces. Just don't post a photo.
Yeah,
What's-
I
it's
think.
weird.
I think we could have a very long discussion about this topic. Actually,
Now that I'm a dad, I can actually talk about
Yes.
this with you guys. But like, she's gonna be in my content. It's gonna happen. It's whatever, and I want her to be part of that.
she's
Just
not
like
going to be the
Emma's part of it.
focus, but she'll be there.
She's not gonna be the
probably.
focus, but she's gonna be in it. And I can't wait to watch her grow up. I mean, I've watched you guys with your kids. I've seen, like Mark Spagnola. His kids have been in his content since the beginning. I've been watching him since the beginning.
Wow, stalker much?
Yeah,
Yes.
a big fan. He's a Jersey boy. We stick together. So I don't know, but we'll see how things turn out. Right now, I'm actually dreading less Maker Camp because Juniper is going to be coming with us. A 2-month-old is going to be going to Maker Camp, and we're going to have to figure out all the logistics of that. But like having, kept her alive for 2 weeks, we're like, okay.
When can she start drinking the Jack and Cokes out of the tubs?
18 months.
18 months?
18 months. Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
next
Yeah.
year.
No
But she
solid
could-
liquor is still then.
She could fit. Wait, solid liquors, hard liquors? You mean?
Yeah, hard liquor, solid liquor. They said no solid liquor. No solid.
That's what he
Dan's been-
said. What do you
Dan's been putting in the research, and he can now freeze hard liquor.
I think we should just start calling hard liquor solid liquor.
I'm in. I like it.
Can I get a brick of Jack?
Brick of Jack and Coke. I'm gonna sound like dealers ordering drugs.
Hey, I need a kilo of whiskey.
A kilo of whiskey, a desk of cheese.
I need a gram of Maker's Mark.
Let me get
Ooh.
just a bump. Just a bump of that
You
tequila.
can't say ounce though, because of fluid ounces, it just ruins it. That's why metric is best. A liter of cola,
Let me get a millimeter of cola.
millimeter of cola. All right. Speaking of millimeter of cola, I think we should jump into questions. Right. At this point. What was our thing for questions?
Oh, Black Betty, ramble lamb.
I think it's that one.
It
Right. Okay.
unfortunately is.
Unfortunately.
Until we find something better.
All right. So I guess we should start with Alex Adams and his collect call that he made.
Paco's being really cute.
Hello, you have a collect call from.
Hey, it's me. Don't accept the call. What's the best jigsaw for best dust collection?
If you'd like to accept the call, please press 1.
Decline. Yeah. Decline that call.
Yeah, we're not accepting that call.
Yeah. What are you doing calling before 9:00? Also, why are we not in your top 5? This guy.
Friends and family.
So I'm gonna plead ignorance on this one. I don't
Yeah.
realize. I thought jigsaws. The only jigsaw with dust collection was the Festool one. Is there others?
There are, but it's you just hold the hose next to it.
yeah, right. That's what I was going to talk
Also, the
about.
key is you vacuum from the bottom. Honestly, anytime you use a jigsaw, if you really want to keep dust collection together, you need someone else to vacuum underneath. I think
Because
that's
they
the best.
won't know.
I just thought it was known that like if you're going to use the jigsaw, it's going to be a mess.
It's a YOLO tool.
Yeah, I'm not.
Right?
I'm not
Yeah.
convinced. I'm not convinced that this question is not just part of the bit.
I think he's trolling us.
I don't.
But I do
Oh.
like the idea of
Is the,
telling somebody, "Hey, go underneath this wood with this vacuum, and it'll be fine. I can totally see where the blade is going."
Yeah, I mean, you see pop out
Serious
there.
question though. Serious question. Does the Festool is it the Carvex that's their jigsaw? Does that have dust collection on it?
The Festool jigsaw does have dust collection on it.
Okay.
Let's see.
How does
News to
that
me.
work?
It has
It's
like a
just fully
small port.
enclosed, and it has a port on the top.
It is not the battery powered one. It's the one that is, yeah, it's
The
the
220
Festool barrel
volt?
grip jigsaw, the Tryon PS 300 EQ Plus.
Not the
Oh.
Carvex.
I guess not the Carvex. What's the Carvex one?
I have no idea.
Oh, well, you just made that up?
No,
I
it's a
made
real
it
thing.
up.
No, it's
Oh,
real. I'm
The
looking at
Carvex
it.
is the battery powered one. And the Carvex does also have the dust collection. It's a piece that actually slides on. It doesn't necessarily come like as part of the tool. It's a part that goes on it.
Oh, okay, so it's an accessory.
Oh, yeah. So it's kind of like the like routers that have dust collection. Like it's a little snap-on piece. It just goes on the front.
Well, Dan's favorite, apparently Milwaukee has one with dust collection.
We're
Does
learning
it?
so much
have it.
today.
It's the
I
12
have it,
volt
but I
one.
didn't-
Apparently,
Yeah, I got the
it-
12 volt one, but I
yeah,
didn't
it's
know I
the
had dust collection.
dust extraction tube. That's what they
Really?
call it,
It's
ladies.
news to me.
So,
Huh.
Alex, we're learning a lot from your question. And here's the thing: I have heard literally two opinions of the Festool jigsaw. One was, "I love it; it's the best thing ever," and I've used it, and I was like, "Wow, this actually has amazing dust collection. It cuts great. It doesn't like shake your whole body." And then the other person that I heard using one hated it. So it's like,
I hate all jigsaws. I think they're awful. They're an
Who's the-
awful tool.
the guy that does the sculptures, Blake, right? Not Blake Lively.
Lively?
Not Blake
Blake
Lively.
Lively.
Not Ryan Reynolds'
yes.
wife, who we're all jealous of. No, Blake that
it's
does BM Sculptures.
BM Sculptures,
Yeah,
yes.
BM Sculptures. He is like the jigsaw king. He loves them. He did a
really?
lot of that stuff, I think, when he was on Making It with Nick Offerman and Amy Poehler. Hit us up if you want to be on a
The
podcast.
ripoff of the podcast.
Or Making Fun? No, Making Fun was
No.
the other one with all the fat guys,
Making It.
right?
Making it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Making
one of them was
fun with all the fat guys.
Yeah. One,
That took me a couple seconds.
one of them was French, so it's Le Fat. It's fine. So Alex, I'm sorry we don't have a great answer for you, but honestly, any jigsaw with dust collection, kind of a win. That's great.
Yeah, if you could find a jigsaw with dust collection,
And apparently
your
there's
answer.
several.
I had no idea.
Also Milwaukee with the 12-volt line.
I'm
lot
gonna
of
have to
them.
look into that because I know I have that one.
I think that with the jigsaw, it'd be better for them to do like a reverse thing where they have a built-in air pipe, and instead of trying to collect the dust, it just like blows the dust, just yeets it.
Yes, I do
That's
agree
the
with that because
opposite of collecting.
no, but here's the thing: the jigsaw is one of those tools where I'm following a line and the sawdust does settle, and I'm just like blowing, like the whole time it's going through, and
And Pete passes out.
yeah,
Hyperventilates himself.
you know how long
I almost said
takes me to go through a cut like that?
hypothermia.
I got hypothermia. I got real cold.
So cool.
Yeah,
But-
I could just see you blowing off dust and hyperventilating, passing out.
Well, I've always been curious about those. You see those like flexible tube nozzle, like the blowers that people have like on their.
I've
drill
always been
press or
curious
whatever.
about blowers.
Calm down. But I'm wondering if you can like hook that up to like this. Is it an independent system? Can you hook it up to like where the air comes out of the motor, and you can just like capture it and funnel it? Because you're right. I think it'd be great on a jigsaw.
Okay, so this is what you can do. This is the cheaper option. Is what you do is you take the battery powered Milwaukee leaf blower and you lock the trigger in, and then you just like hold it under your arm and just like aim it, and then you just.
But
Okay.
also vacuum at the bottom.
Well, yeah. I mean, you want
Yeah.
to collect the dust,
Yeah, of course.
for your lungs.
Yeah.
That's why my leaf blower is actually a HEPA leaf blower.
See, the jigsaw is like one of those things like
I don't know if you're honest or not.
like a router. Like you're not gonna collect that much with
My
dust.
router has a HEPA filter on it, actually.
My router actually does a pretty good job of dust collection. I've got the Milwaukee 12-volt,
I
like the
never
battery,
bothered
or
with
the
dust
18-volt ones, and they have like the little lock it in, and they've got a spot for the hose, the hose.
The
I'm doing
Hoos-
that hand gesture.
the
thing again.
Hoosier, the Hoosier.
But the dust collection on it is actually pretty good. And then like Festool has the thing where you can connect the hose on the bottom, and it kind of like
Yeah,
locks it into the side.
but that's if you're
but-
flush trimming, right? Because if you're going through the material, it's
Oh yeah,
yeah.
if you're going through the material, you're just winging it and hoping it all works out.
And the thing is,
Okay,
there's great options on Etsy. I'm seeing people doing like 3D printed custom ones, and it might be one for your jigsaw that you have.
Oh, there you go. Actually,
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea.
or
I do see
you
Long
know,
answer short. Look on Etsy.
or stop using a jigsaw.
Yeah, you coward. Get a
Just use
CNC.
Use something else.
Right?
Drum
Get a-
sand that stuff.
Get a bandsaw or something. What the heck?
Ah, but then the clearance.
Jigsaw. Clearance, not my problem.
Clearance, schmearance.
Self-clearancing.
All right. Next question from Alex Adams.
Oh my gosh, guys. The suggestions for the drum sanders, it's like you guys have never been in my shop before.
We haven't.
And all you're going off of is what I tell you in my messages. So what I've been thinking when it comes to the drum sander, because I think that's the best route for me, is my detached single car garage, I'm getting it ready to be more shop space. So that's where that drum sander would go. And it would potentially be able to roll out of the garage to get used. And what I'm thinking about is adding some of those like roller cart things, not only as infeed and outfeed, but next to the drum sander, so I have a way to return those large slabs without having to strain my back. And to follow up with Braden, no, I don't want your sloppy seconds drum sander, because there is actually a jet giveaway where I could maybe get one for free, but if I don't, I'm still probably gonna go bigger. So I'm curious what your thoughts are on that particular setup. And
Here's
for Dan, technically that upgrade kit is not going to get me an actual CNC. It's from True Track. You can go look it up. I'm not sponsored or affiliated by them. It's just what I happen to use. And PPS for Dan, I think he called my full-time woodworking business that I do out of my basement just a hobby, and I can't be a real woodworking business if I'm just operating out of my house. Is that what he meant? I kid, but I'm running a little long, so hopefully you guys don't cut me off.
He cut himself off. I love it. Thank you, full-time hobbyist Alex Adams. Braden, you were gonna be furious about something?
Yeah, I just want to point out that he talks about not wanting a small drum sander, but also having a small
And one
space.
car garage.
And he back and forth. You're flip-flopping more than the 2000 elections. So pick one.
You're flipping more than a Jeep on a road.
You're
going really
flipping more than
fast
a
and turning
Hey,
hard.
hey, we don't joke about that. That's not funny. It's not funny, Pete.
Oh, you Jeeple.
It happens. We've lost people. R.I.P.
You've lost some Jeeple?
But yeah, do you get big tools or do you get small tools, Adam or Alex? Pick one. You've got me so mad and so flustered that I can't even remember your name. That's what I have.
I don't remember anything that he's referencing. I know he called about a drum sander issue, but the other things that he PPS'd me on,
you
I have no idea what he's
blacked
talking
out.
about.
I think.
No, we're
And
talking
you started-
about flattening, like those flattening sled type things.
Well, and you said something about hating snapbacks and like it was like
I did not.
You were a totally
I did
different
not.
person.
No way. Don't believe that for a second. Yeah, I really have no idea what I would never talk down about somebody who is running a business out of their basement or their one-car garage or anything like that, because I run a business out of a two-car garage, so I'm no better than you.
Did you just one-up him? Wow.
Yeah,
I did.
One-car
I did.
garage.
On live television.
I had to flex a little bit. Come on.
Dan would never talk down on somebody operating a business out of their garage to their face directly.
Correct.
You do it behind your back like a gentleman.
Yes, that's how you do it. Anyways, seriously, what issue did he have with the drum sander? I don't recall.
I think he's shopping around for one. He's trying to figure out what a good option is.
I think
go
now,
big or go
I think
home,
now
Alex.
he's
In a
talking
wide
about-
belt. Wide belt, 3-phase. Let's go.
But does he
Yes.
have enough room or not? That's
not my problem, is it?
Well, unlike
I'm
Well, it
not
is
some
because-
low life. I'm not
it
some
is
low
because-
life in the basement of Alex's house.
It is because next week we're gonna hear about it. How we give him an option, and he's that's not. Oh, I'm
That's
so
a
flustered
bad
here.
option.
I'm riled. I'm riled.
he says, unlike all of us, he pulls out his tools out of the garage into the driveway, so he's got some room there, for the in feed and out feed. And actually, he mentioned the getting like the conveyor belt roller thing, which I got
like
this
that.
week.
I like
That's
that
a good
idea.
option. That's a good option.
Oh man!
As
Actually,
I stretch my back from the chair.
here's the thing: I've been using really crappy. I don't even know where I got these. These were hand-me-downs, or if I got them at a yard sale somewhere.
Harbor
single-
Freight.
The single
them.
roller, and
Ooh, husky.
it's not even. It's like just no brand.
Yeah, I got a couple of those from Harbor Freight.
And
The
they,
little single roller, like
so like you
extendable-
lock it into whatever height you want it, but then like your shop floor is not even. So if you scoot it 2
Right.
inches over, suddenly it's too
Gotta
low.
readjust it.
And then it
Yeah.
tilts ever so slightly. So like it technically doesn't, it never hits your thing like perfectly. And God forbid it ever hits the roller a little bit and it makes the whole thing tip over.
That was my outfeed table for the longest time.
I genuinely, I would get so frustrated with it. And I would oftentimes pre-mill my wood or like just ask Emma to help me out and like feed in and out. So this Laguna actually reached out to me about this, the roller thing, and I got it.
Oh, weird
And-
flex. Okay.
And I guess whatever, I'm sharing. And it's nice. It's really nice. I will say though, and I actually gave them the feedback via email. They're like, "Hey, what did you think of it? You want my honest truth or my honest opinion? The truth? Like, here's what it is. Here's photos." The packaging was abysmal. It was a box and then a heavy metal thing with pointy corners put into this box, and two like square, like Braden, the size of the boxes you're engraving, like two pieces of foam like that, just put in the box with it.
Bonus foam?
It's just not even, it's just straight up styrofoam, the bad kind that like falls apart. Like if you touch it wrong, it rains on your floor and it sticks to your clothes.
Oh, that eco-friendly styrofoam.
Yeah, like, it's just the worst. And I gave him the feedback, like, guys, there was no padding, no backup on this. It literally tore through the box in 2 points. It's got scratched up. It got a little dented. One of my rollers is straight up dented, and like they're gonna replace it. It's not gonna affect the function right now, so like I don't care. But I'm like, just throw a little extra cardboard in there, some more foam, maybe some fitted foam. Oh, just that was my only like gripe about it. As far as that, the tool itself, like it actually feels beefy. Like I can put a big slab on it, and they make a 20-inch version too. So when Alex gets the big sander, because he doesn't want your pitiful tiny sander, Braden.
He best not ever show his face in Omaha. In
O-Town. Don't come out to Omaha.
I'm either so riled or so exhausted that words are getting hard.
Words are hard.
I'm also on a lot of caffeine, so
yeah. But I gotta say that. No, I was gonna say the conveyor belt thing. Like I was like, oh yeah, send it to me. Like I don't need this thing. Now that I have it, I'm like, oh, okay. This makes so much more sense than one little roller, and then like you ever have like a board just like tip over on you and like fall out. This thing's so much better. So I do recommend it. I think it's a nice little tool to have. Alex. All right, last question. This is from Patrick Genesal.
Hold on.
Hey guys, Patrick Gensel here.
Wait, what's up?
Is that Quentin Bailey's famous Irish cream? Your pants won't ever be the same. If it isn't creamy, it isn't Bailey's. Patrick Gensel? Is that
yes, the one and only. Yeah.
Okay.
Cream Daddy himself. Here it is.
Got it.
Hey guys, Patrick Gensel here. Quick question, just dialing in. So, with the holiday season coming up, I know Dan and Peter and Braden, you're all Etsy boys. What are the new hot products that you're trying to bring into your shop ahead of the holiday rush? Okay, love you, bye.
Why are you at a petting zoo?
I can't focus on anything because of the meowing in the background.
Dan thought it was Paco in a pre-show when we listened.
I legit thought my cat
thought
was
it was
like
Paco again just now.
I thought my dog was broken for a second.
And Paco's right here. You can see his tail on camera.
So, Braden.
I'm gonna say, Pete, you're the one that has like a really solid plan around the holiday time.
Well,
so
I'm glad you mentioned that, Braden, because sometime soon exactly, we're going to be doing a holiday prep episode, and we're going to
episode, if you will.
Episode, yeah. And we're going to just talk about, getting ready for the holidays. I wanted to do it around July, around Christmas in July, but the guy said no. And I quote, "That's stupid, Peter. Shut up and go back to Poland." End quote. And True. Yeah, so we are going to do it sometime in August, probably early September at this point. And just talk about
it's late August now.
Holiday prep. We did this last year, just like stuff you need to think about, things like getting your boxes, your material, like setting up a plan, being clear with your family so that they don't bug you leading up to the holidays with stuff that they want last minute. But we're, as far as what we're planning on, full transparency, have not even planned out my holidays yet. But I have stuff organized from last year that I can easily catalog, figure out what I need to make more of, like my standard ornaments. Every year we add 2 or 3 different ornament types. I'm going to try to do a lot more CNC stuff this year as well, and maybe even try to throw in some like tumblers or stuff that I can do in a fiber laser. I don't know. We're going to try to incorporate more things, but right now I don't have a plan. We're going to have a plan by next month. Yeah, that's okay, Braden. It's fine. We're going to have a plan by next month because me and Emma are both going to sit down, figure out what we want to be selling this year, what we want to push, and see what because our family tends to come to us with ideas and like, hey, we want some of this. And that's how our holiday vendor stuff comes up often. So I don't know. We're going to try it out. We're going to figure it out. So stay tuned, Patrick, because we're going to talk about it in like a couple weeks. Braden?
I have a 10-point plan already ready to
God.
implement.
But you won't tell us.
I won't tell anybody. It's a trade secret. Not going to let you guys steal my ideas.
Of
No, I have no plan. I do know that I have been a lot better this year about being deliberate with what I've done in terms of holidays, in terms of like product choices. So I'm really excited for the holiday planning episode because I have some ideas that I want to get started on sooner, because last year I had some interest around like ornaments and things like that, and I had just gotten the big laser, and so I had interest, but I didn't have enough product just ready to go. So I've been working on some designs and just kind of getting ready for Christmas. Dan?
I'm not going to be adding anything new. My goal right now is to make sure that my Etsy queue is cleared out, because at this point there's just no way I can add anything new. As a matter of fact, and I'm not saying this to brag, this is more of a I feel ashamed, but
Mr. 7,000.
I currently have 37 orders overdue. And then on top of that, I have 63 more, which actually comes to 100, doesn't it? Math. I have 63 orders outside of those 37 that I need to get to. So at this point, if I can just get through those and continue to make progress on that order queue, I'll be happy. At this point, like I can't take anymore. I really can't. I've had a few people reach out and ask me if I can do some custom stuff, and I've had to turn away quite a few people.
Dan's entire holiday plan is Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. Survive.
I'm just a dude playing another dude.
Yeah. So
But
that's
honestly,
where I'm at currently.
I would say, Patrick, like let's revisit this in mid-September, because I think all of us are going to be in much more of a holiday swing, and we're also going to tackle that topic. So we're going to have some questions for like holiday ideas and things. And one resource to check out too was our actually our sponsor for next week, actually all of September, because it's Make-tember. I was gonna say Make-toberfest. It's October. Make-tember. Hamilton Dillbeck and CNC with me is gonna be putting together. I don't know what you're talking about, Dan. I don't know why you're flipping me off. So Hamilton does offer a lot of stuff through his site, a lot of different files and ideas, and sometimes you just need to see a file or like some version of it and be like, oh, I know, I can make that myself. Let me just like do my own little spin on it. So stay tuned. I think we're gonna have some good stuff coming down the pipeline, and September's gonna be busy here and fun.
When September ends,
or also when it starts and it lasts.
The middle part.
The middle part's key. Yeah, I'm excited for this holiday season. I feel like I have a lot of ideas, but I haven't, like, my brain is not there, like, ready to think about it. Because
I am just ready for fall weather. I am so ready for fall weather.
No.
What's that meme? I'm such a 70-degree bitch or a slut or something.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Such a 70-degree slut.
Well, I was looking at the weather. I was looking at the weather for Omaha earlier today. It's going to be not in the 90s, the upper 90s this weekend.
Yes.
Like, I have the window open right now. It is cold right now.
It.
Oh, Braden's so weird. Get out of here.
I
to Florida.
love the heat.
I hate the heat.
I don't want to go to. No, I don't. There's a lot of reasons why that won't work. But listen. Here's the thing. Like the crisp autumn air. No, I don't like sweater weather.
Why are you coming here for Maker Camp?
I hate layers. Because the warmth of the community and the warmth of your friendship will help me fight the chilliness of the world. Listen, the world is already metaphorically cold. I don't need it to be physically cold as well.
Wow. Wow, that was so deep. Wow.
I disagree 100% with everything he said.
What's it like going through life being this wrong all the time?
Honestly, it's a lot of dedication to the choices. Like I really got to just shut off my mind. Like I put the idea out there and then just you enforce it with absolutely no viewing of other options.
No.
Here in Omaha, we get 2 weeks of fall weather, and I can't wait.
Dude, it is currently 58 degrees outside. I have the window open.
That
is
perfection.
gorgeous. It's 74 during a day. The humidity in the house is under 50%. Oh, it's perfection.
It's currently 69 in Omaha.
Nice. That is the best temperature. But like, I just can't do humidity, man.
But I'm not kidding. It's going to be 98, 98,
which means
91.
We're going to get that weather. Actually, wow. It's going to go up to 85s and back to 70s, baby.
Stupid. I want 50 to 40 degree nights, or 40 to 50 degree nights. I want to stand outside next to my scrap burning with a heavy flannel on and just sipping coffee and feel comfortable.
Or even stand next to the fire with a t-shirt and be comfortable, because we have, let's be real, we have our own flannel. Our flannels are on the inside. It's called fat.
I have a built-in flannel. It's made of lard.
And that's the perfect temperature. Maybe you put on some pants, or maybe shorts and a long sleeve like you're on a boat. Braden, you're wrong. I'm sorry. I love you, but you're wrong. Being hot is the worst.
That's fine.
George
Washington stood alone briefly.
He literally set the cherry tree on fire because it was a frigid day.
Yeah, and he just wanted it to be warmer.
Dan, what's the show title?
I'm not telling you. It's gonna be
okay.
Oh, no.
I'll tell Emma because she's my co-editor.
Actually, we already have a story to tell Juniper when she's older. We can say you were born on a frigid, rainy August morning, because it was one of those weeks where it went from like 90s to like, I don't know, where it was in the 50s and pouring.
That sounds amazing.
But it was like the coldest, most miserable like week in August of all months. But yeah, she was born in a frigid, cold.
Maybe workshop the telling of that story, so it's not the week you were born was just frigid and just miserable. It was just the most miserable week.
I've never been sadder than the week you were born. No. I'll workshop. I've got a couple of years to practice. We'll figure it out. All right, you guys ready for the next question?
Oh, there's more? I thought
my
we
question.
were done. That's why I was. Oh, you have a question?
Dan, where do you see yourself in 10 years in your woodworking journey? I'm kidding. That's all the questions. Let's get out of here.
on a gurney, probably.
Gurney. I said journey, not gurney.
No, actually, you know what? I think that Dan would be the perfect person to do some affiliate marketing for Festool with their eco suit.
Okay.
Their robot body. Like Dan's going to be more robot than man.
I
He's
hope
going to be the RoboCop, the Robo Woodworker.
Have you seen the first RoboCop where you get a glimpse of his?
I disagree. Dan's going to be at best is going to be a human-sized Tamagotchi. Someone just has to press a button once a day to keep him alive.
Nom 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 nom.
Oh, you pooped again. We have the technology, but we don't want to spend a lot of money.
Danagotchi.
I'll tell you what. I need a robot body like a fat kid needs cake.
Cake.
Somebody get at me.
Ironically, also somebody that needs a robot body.
Dan and Braden, before you guys come here for Maker Camp, I need you to
I don't do homework well.
You're gonna have homework.
Manscaping.
Here's the thing: eat some salads the week leading up to it. Do a little cleanse.
Please, dude.
Listen, hang on. Do a little gooder so that when you get here, we can go a little ham, and we're not all like with.
I'm gonna go a lot ham.
I'm gonna our heart beating out of our chest because we walked up a hill.
I'll tell you what. I think I brought this up last week. I've been eating a lot of cucumbers, thanks to that kid on TikTok.
But there's an salmonella outbreak right now.
I don't care. It's worth the risk.
God.
I think in this case it's called a salad manila.
Oh my god. He's like, I don't care. I just need to get it in my body. I don't care which
So
way it
many
goes in.
cucumbers in my body.
He doesn't
right
care how
now. They're
it
in
happens.
pickle
it will
form,
be in his
but
body.
they're in there.
I go to Costco. I got a chicken bake and I got a cucumber. Put it in the chicken. Oh my god.
That's a good way to blow out your chicken bake.
I go to Casey's. I get a pizza. Put a cucumber in the center. Roll it up.
It's
Now
not
it's
a
a
bad
salad.
idea. I might try
And
that.
Now
then,
it's a pi-
and then
now
you
it's
go
a
to
pizza
Raising
salad.
Cane's and you just order a bucket of sauce.
I think the cucumber like balances out the calories, so it's like
That's
zero.
true.
if
that's
I go to
true.
Nebraska, if I visit you in Nebraska, I want to go over to Casey's, pick up the pizza, go to Raging Cane's, whatever the Cane's place,
Raging cake.
Raisin Cane's.
get the sauce, and I want to dip Casey's pizza in the sauce.
Ooh. I'd like to modify that just a little bit. We get the pizza and we roll a runza inside of it. Like a
Okay.
pizza runza.
I want a
egg roll.
runza. Did you hear what's his name? Tim Walsh was talking about runza, and I was like,
Tim Walsh,
whatever. Again, I'm tired. I'm sorry.
the Minnesota governor.
He said a runza. I'm like, wait, I didn't realize it's pronounced like it's a runza. Like the runza is
Yeah,
a
it's a
thing.
runza.
And I, full ignorance, I thought runza was a place. It's
It
not
is a place.
ci-
It is.
Okay,
It's-
so when
it's
he
both.
referred to it
Yeah.
as a runza, I was like, wait, is the
Yeah.
sandwich a runza or the place
You
is a
go to
runza?
Runza to get a Runza
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like that. It's
both.
simple.
at the same time.
I like this, Dan.
And there's cabbage. There's
Yeah.
cabbage in it, which makes it basically a salad. It's a salad
Wait,
wrap.
is it Midwest egg roll?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
actually,
that.
yes.
I would take that.
I might move out west.
Yeah,
It's a
we're-
big
in the
egg roll
mid.
though.
I don't know why we have to fight you on it. We have
My-
all of the best things.
my
Not
biggest
for
gr-
your blood
I
for your
don't
blood
know.
pressure.
My
but
biggest gripe with egg rolls, Dan, is that they're too small. So we might be.
This is good. This is
Yeah.
good size
It's an egg roll burrito, but it's Midwestern and
egg roll burrito, Midwestern egg roll burrito. That's
No,
perfect.
what is
Yeah,
it?
I
What
wanna-
is the outer shell though? What is it? Bread,
Bread.
or
it's bread.
It's bread.
so it's not really
It's
burrito.
gooey
See,
bread.
What I want an Abelardo's.
It's a crispy
burrito
bread, but gooey on the inside. It's good.
sized egg roll. Like I want to have a
I'm
big.
so freaking
big egg
hungry
roll.
right now. You guys are
I
just
know.
describing
I'm
it
Is
as
just
Runza
thinking
open
of foods.
24/7, Braden? Can we go to
Abelardo's
Runza
is
right
24/7. Yes, I will be going to.
No, I'm
Abelardo's
talking
as
about
soon as
Runza. I
we're
don't
done
get it.
recording.
Alvarado's. That's bad. That's worse than
Abelardo's.
Taco Bell.
You are incorrect. You're higher than a kite.
I'm not high at all. Actually,
I
unfortunately.
will fight that till the day breaks.
Oh,
So
okay.
I
I'll be
do-
asleep.
I do genuinely want to go out to Nebraska at some point, for like, but not a weekend. And I think I want to try to squeeze it in maybe during this away time, and like do like 3 or 4 days somewhere in the middle of the week, so we can like go to all these like insane restaurants, like the one that has
Alpine
giant
Inn.
bread egg rolls, the raccoon restaurant, the like all this crazy stuff that you guys talk about, and then we will attempt to get some work done in the shop.
We have to do that before. We have to do the shop work before we go to
Yeah,
Dirty
because if you go to
Birds,
these
Abelardo's,
restaurants, you're going to be
Alpine.
worthless.
Okay.
And we won't be able to pick things up because it's all fried. Our hands will be too greasy.
Yes, exactly.
Whoop, whoop.
You know how when you eat like terrible food after you're done eating it, you
You
just
just get-
feel tired and exhausted.
Who needs
and
Astra
awful.
HP coating when you can just put a little Runza goo on there on the bits?
Runzagoo,
Runza goo.
trademarked. What do you
Uh,
finish your cutting boards with?
Runza
Runzagoo.
goo. I just like order Runza, put it on there for a day.
Just slather it. Just straight up bacon grease.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take this off the rails with food talk from the
I am
Midwest.
so hungry.
Oh,
I am too now, actually. We should wrap
Mm-mm.
this up. I need
We
to
should-
get
I'm
a
gonna go
Like,
picture.
like an
downstairs
egg
and
roll.
eat some.
We should wrap it up like an egg roll.
I was a little disappointed it's bread, but I'll live with it.
It's a thin,
I think you'd
dense
love it.
bread.
No, I know I will, but I'm just
I
excited.
think it's got a Polish vibe. I think you'd like it.
It is.
It's got cabbage in it. It's this little Polish. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for you guys to come out here. I'm gonna make some brisket and pulled pork before you guys come over. We're gonna have some good
Mm.
barbecue. I got halfway decent with it. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it.
I'm real excited because everybody knows that New Jersey style barbecue is like
Well,
Can't be any worse than
I
last
do
time.
Texas style barbecue in the house. So it's how I learned from Texas barbecue guys. So, it's just, I'm in Western Jersey. We're like an illegal part of Jersey that we might as well just be the South. Yeah.
Pete's getting a cowboy hat for his birthday.
Like New York State, massive, right? Huge. Between Buffalo and New York City, that entire center might as well be Alabama. It's just basically the South. Yeah. The food is good, and
I can't argue with
people
that,
are
actually.
weird. Yeah, it's like Nebraska, same thing. You got the cultured areas, and then you got Nebraska. But anyways,
so we've got Omaha and Lincoln,
yeah,
and then the rest of the state.
And then the state. Well, speaking of having two good places and then the rest of the state, I don't know where I was going. I'm so tired. I want to do a huge shout out to our sponsor this week that is in the middle of New York, a Maker Camp. So make sure to, Dan, what was our code phrase this week? Did you get it?
It was, well, depends. Were you listening during the pre-show?
No,
Were
we're
you
not talking about the
listening
pre-show.
What was our
No,
episode?
they have to listen to the pre-show. I'm
The
talking about
episode-
the schmaking and schmegs.
The episode code phrase was bacon and eggs.
Ooh.
And
Send
where
that
do
to
they
us in an
need to
email,
send that?
awpgiveaway@gmail.com.
Beautiful. And you can win one of 2 tickets. And we will see you at Maker Camp. That's pretty exciting.
Hashtag
Possibly.
stripper Dan.
Hashtag stripper Dan. And we are going to be at some point, we're going to be bringing back some guests. And at some point in September, we're going to be doing a holiday prep episode. If you guys have some questions, make sure to send them in. Even if you send them in early, if you think of them this week, we will just save them for that episode. And Alex, just, keep it under 2 minutes. You know the rule. And also, if there are some guests or topics that you guys want us to explore, please reach out. We want to get more feedback from you guys. We appreciate your input and the community, and we really want to hear what you guys want to hear. So let us know what you want to hear. That was terrible.
We want your input for our output.
I like that.
Oh,
Better than what I said.
Slap that on a t-shirt.
You probably will, knowing you.
you might get frisked at the airport if you wear that.
Actually, you slap that on a hat. Dan, you want to say
Yes,
some
sir.
words?
Yeah, I'd like to thank our patrons. As always, you guys help us keep this globe spinning. And to all the flat earthers, you're wrong. It's a globe.
Our patrons are the real bacon to our eggs.
Turtles all the way down.
If you wanna help us financially or just
Emotionally.
emotionally,
Metaphorically.
you can go over to patreon.com/anotherwoodshop podcast and get signed up over there. We would appreciate it, and we'll give you a shout out at least once.
One love.
One love.
Thank you.
I was waiting for you to say something else.
I was
The
going to say
end.
thank you, but I couldn't remember the name
You
of
couldn't
the
drop
singer.
the mic.
Who was the reggae singer that sang One Love?
Bob
Bob
Marley.
Marley?
Bob Marley.
Not to be confused with his son, Ziggy Marley.
I was going to say Jerry Lee Lewis, and I knew that was wrong.
That's
Wow. That's the
definitely
whitest
wrong.
thing you
It's
ever
not
said.
even close, is it?
No. Mm.
And
Wow.
you did say
Let's-
Runza egg roll, so
Let's,
Egg rolls. Oh, well,
I feel like this is a sinking ship.
guys, let's end on a low note. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you all next week for just another great episode. And good luck to everyone entering the giveaway. We love you all. Bye, 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 bye.
God, I'm so hungry.
Me too.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you long time.